My perception is that if we had the opportunity to really analyze and look at a situation and make a decision all over again, most of us could see where we could have done something different. But it's only after we're dealing with consequence under most circumstances. When we're dealing with consequence, we say, you know, I could have done X, Y, and Z. I should have done X, Y, and Z. I should have been done X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how we think. You know, hindsight 20/20, they say. But when you're walking into something and then there's no consequence, right? Then it's on a reactionary. A lot of us can't think beyond the present moment, right? And so then there's another scenario or idea, and it's that as long as the result of a decision isn't consequential, isn't punitive, as long as your ass ain't feeling no pain, no disruption in your life, no discomfort, as long as you ain't going through all that, then you feel that, you know, you don't even analyze the decision you made. You got away with what you got away with. You got something off your chest. You mashed somebody out, whatever the case may be, and you feel good about it. You know, but it's only when life shows us the other side. You know, I had seen this post earlier where this woman, she walked out the door and she missed a step and she fell out face down onto the concrete. And so the woman was like, I guess her mother or whatever was like, damn, are you okay? And so she was like, the girl got into her. The girl fell flat face first on the ground.
Oh my, what the hell, are you okay?
I mean, I don't even understand how can you just hit the ground flat down like that and not catch yourself, you know, but I don't want to understand it either. So anyway, she hit the ground and she say, I missed my step. How many times you been walking down a flat surface ass, smooth ass hallway and stumble? And you look down and look around as though it had to be something on the ground that you stumbled over. There ain't nothing on the ground. The point is that you either wasn't stepping high enough, you wasn't raising your foot to whatever degree to keep yourself from tripping over your own foot. But here's the reason why I'm using these examples. The reason why I'm using this example because you would never know that you need to make sure that you're stepping properly until life shows you that you're not stepping properly. What am I saying? What I'm saying this here. I'm saying that a lot of times you don't see the error in your ways until life shows you that there's an error in the way you're thinking. There's an error in the way you're seeing things. There's an error in the way you walk. There's an error in the way you responding to life. You know, and that error typically reveals itself in discomfort. Whenever you, let's say, oh boy, let's say the brother he done it. We don't know what the results may be. We don't know if they walked him outside, police got involved. You know, if the brother got locked up, the brother got a charge later down the line or whatever case may be, and the brother may beat the charge. The point is this here: he got to spend all this money now. He mess around and get locked up. Lord forbid he be on parole. He get locked up, may lose his job, may lose the place he got to live, all that. All behind something that he could have responded to differently. The people who are personally involved in his brother's life, they're the ones would feel everything that he goes through. And they're the ones would be the ones saying, you know, I know she done this, she shouldn't have done that, but baby, you should have just walked away. Baby, you shouldn't have been even arguing with. You shouldn't even talk to him when they done whatever. Because there's a saying too that you can't rationalize with a fool, and that's where a lot of us go wrong. We misdiagnose or we misanalyze when somebody has shifted from man to damn fool. You know, when they've gotten out of their mind into their emotions. Sometimes we miss the signs of that, and we sitting here instead of trying to get them to understand something, and you gotta be able to be rational to understand, right? So we're trying to get them to be rational when they're not in a rational state of mind. Not every situation can be looked at as a eye for eye, tooth for tooth situation where you do this to me, I'm gonna do that to you. In the Holy Quran, for the Muslim, for any Muslim who say that's what he should have done. Allah said in the Holy Quran that the law of equality is prescribed for you, meaning that it's no sin on you. It's no sin. However, Allah also tells you, but it's best that you practice patience and perseverance and allow me to deal with it, and paraphrase. Because guess what? There's a certain law set into creation that balances out things. That whenever you do an injustice to anybody, with the mindset, heart, and mode of getting even, settling a score, seeking out justice of your own, then you tilt the scale of justice and balance. And when you tilt the scale set into creation that some may identify as reaping and sowing and karma, right? That's the scale I'm talking about, right? So when you tilt the scale, even though a person wrongs you, you cannot wrong them back. Just for lack of another and better way, a clear way of saying it, you cannot wrong them back in the exact same measure. That's justice. Justice is to take equally, to take from them exactly what they took from you. But there's no way you can be able to determine that when that person hit you in your eye, and the pain that whatever they may cause you, the pain and whatever else that may cause your family who may become aware of you got hit in the eye. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who all it may affect. Because there are people who not even associated to this individual who get affected by what they see, who get affected by the things that happen. You know what I'm saying? And so what you've done that affected other people and caused them to do whatever, or have some kind of influence on them doing whatever, or handling situations in their life some certain way, that falls on you in some degree, whether you understand that or not. So when you decide you want to take it in your own hands, and you extract your own justice, right? And when you do that, it feels good, as long as you don't get any type of discomfort that follows it, but it feels good. But when you start finding yourself dealing with difficulties and other discomforts in your life that you don't understand how you got and why you dealing with it, I ain't did nothing but good and try to help people. Why am I going through this, God? Or this other saying that people love to say, I don't like, that's why I don't do nothing for nobody, because every time I do good, all I do is get evil in return. No, that's not what's happening. You're not getting even in return for the good you done to whomever. Whatever discomfort you are experiencing that is actually balancing out, right? Anything that you're dealing with on that level that may be causing you some kind of pain and discomfort or whatever, that 9 times out of 10 has something to do with something else you've done in life. Something you might not even be aware of. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you stump your toe, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, if you stump your toe on something, that is a blessing, because it removes some of the blotch or the penalty that you may have to pay in the hereafter. In a later time. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that, man, even without going so deep with it, just keeping it surface level. With every act, there's an opposite and equal reaction, right? Cause and effect is very real. There's a reason why things happen, and then sometimes the reason justifies something, right? But not every reason is the justification. But every justification is a reason. You have to understand that brother had way more decisions he could have made. He didn't have to argue with her. He didn't have to address whatever had happened. He could have just moved. He could have just reported their ass if they done something to him, said something to him, irritated him, talking behind his back. Well, whatever they were doing, he could have just said, man, look, I'm paying for this CD pro back here, harassing me, whatever. You mind if I get another seat, move around, whatever the case may be. Something. At least if he did get into that situation with some kind of physical altercation, he kind of made him reporting it lets the people know, well, it was reported, right? It's kind of like making a paper trail of some sort. He didn't strike first, which was good. And from my understanding, from what I seen recalling the video, he didn't even strike her. It looked like he was more so pushing her. And when she started probably when the boyfriend or husband whatever started swinging, and she kind of started trying to swing on him too, and he kind of like was just punching at both of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's just trying to defend himself, trying to survive. You know, trying to keep himself from because one of them had got a good lick on him, and he probably, you know, that might have shot him into another mind frame. You know, oh shit, survival, and he just started swinging. You know what I'm saying? I just really want people to understand just with that example, because that example with the post that I had post plays itself out in many different scenarios. A lot of times we like to look at what's happening right then and there and not look at what could have happened way before that point in time. The decisions the individual could have made way before a point in time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to argue with you. I didn't have to even say nothing. I didn't even have to say I disagreed with you. You feel what I'm saying? You see, there's always a position that we play. There's always a role that we play. And we have to understand that there's a role that we play. If you don't get it, life will send you through the test over and over. You will constantly suffer as a result of decisions that you make under that particular test, and it's going to look different. It's going to be different characters who playing in it. But you're going to have to deal with that same emotion, that same test over and over. And guess what? Every time you fail, the punishment or the penalty gets harder and rougher. You're going to feel it more and more. One day you may get it. One day the penalty may just take you all the way out the game. You might not get another chance. You know, only God knows why and how and all that there, but all I'm saying is that there's always another choice that can be made. We talking about chestnut checkers, man, looking 5, 6, 7 moves ahead. Understanding that there's always a move, man. There's always a choice. You don't have a move until you don't have a move. Period. That's checkmate.